And so not only do we have right now we have modern martial arts movies, we've got the classics, but we're adding a bunch of stuff. We're starting to work with the Onnit folks, and we're putting some of their training videos up on the channel.
I saw that.
So we're going to give all the Onnit stuff for free on the channel. So you can go up and watch any of the Onnit videos, the informational videos, for free. So you don't have to load up your computer and go to YouTube to look at the Onnit videos. You can do it right on your television now with Iron Dragon.
Now, before you tapped into this market of martial arts, where was the martial arts community, basically? Because it disappeared in my eyes.
It did.
Well, I lost...
It really was. It was relegated to DVDs and just going on Amazon and finding somebody that had a DVD and buying it.
But it's not like it was 15, 20 years ago where they had releases in the States.
That's right.
It's only like a Jackie Chan or the other young man. Who's the other? Nice
Donnie Yen.
No, the other one, the good-looking one that's on the Expendables.
Oh, let me look it up.
Jet Li.
Jet Li.
Right.
If it's Jet Li, he gets American distribution.
Yep.
And they're American companies anyway. And if it's Jackie Chan,
that's right.
But Jackie Chan also shoots a bunch of movies abroad. Supposedly.
That's right. They do,
like 19.
There's 1911, the Little Big Soldier. I mean, they're shooting a lot of movies in China, and they're shooting a lot of movies in Korea, and they're good movies. I mean, this is quality stuff. Not only visually, but the effects are amazing, and they're doing a lot of the wire work and those crazy spinning scenes that used to be kind of neat, and they'd have one or two of them. Now they're just going psycho with this stuff, and it's amazing.
I remember when that scene hit. I was just coming here from Cuba and getting my feet wet, and like everybody else, I was a confused 6-year-old. And I'm watching this fucking Green Hornet guy. On Sunday nights, you watch this Green Hornet, and this little Chinese guy was a butler, and then he put a mask on, and he started fucking motherfuckers up, and then he disappeared, and then. He came back as Fist of Fury, this Chinese guy, and then all these movies started popping up. Five Fingers of Death, One Armed Swordsman, The Chinese Family, all these little movies, and I used to go see them in between the Bruce Lees and in those releases. There was always a movie theater that had a Bruce Lee movie playing at 11 o'clock, so you always had Old Reliable. But if something new came out, you at least went to see the new stuff. And somewhere Sonny Chiba is where I lost. My mother died. I didn't have access to my own TV no more.
I think society kind of dropped out for a while too, because if you look at the 70s were just awesome.
That was it. That was the birth.
Just, like you said, every weekend there was something new coming out.
And the 80s weren't bad either.
They tailed off though.
They tailed off in the mid 80s.
That's right, about 85. And I think what's happened is that the UFC has done an amazing marketing job getting people back into martial arts and giving it kind of more of a common name. And you're seeing a lot of dojos pop up. You're seeing a lot of kids doing martial arts again. I think it's had a real resurgence in the last decade. And so what's happened is that you've now got this popularity back. You've got an audience once again, so they're starting to make movies again.
It's funny that the fighters would go to those old movies, they'd probably pick up little moves.
Oh, yeah.
They were doing sharper, weirder type stuff. Well, I haven't watched any. The last movie I watched that I really enjoyed was a Jet Li movie. Like, he took it back to old school martial arts. There was one movie where people told me, you have to watch this. I've heard you have conversations about, I forget the name of the movie. They fuck him up, and the black guy's in it. I think that's the one. I watched a couple of his movies. Jackie Chan, I've seen whatever's popular in the States. I've never seen any of his work from China.
What's funny is that some of the movies he's done are actually really funny. So like Little Big Soldier, it's a comedy. I mean, it's got martial arts and it's got kind of Chinese Revolutionary War stuff, but it's a funny movie. He's hysterical in that.
I did a film years ago, 18 Fingers of Death. I played the caterer in the movie, and every once in a while people look at me and go, and I'll go, I know the longest yard in my head, and they'll go, 18 Fingers of Death, and I'll fucking look at them
That's
like
awesome.
you wackadoo, because no, it's on Showtime. It's on Showtime. They'll run it for 3 months. I've never gotten a dime on it.
What studio produced that?
I have no fucking idea. I got a call at 3 in the afternoon to go to Avenue of the Stars. I was at the Comedy Store that night. I went down. It was $100 a day to shoot the movie. It was just, I went in there one afternoon on a high end.
In 06, right?
Yeah, it
was that it?
And who's the Chinese guy in the movie?
Shane Aaron, Koji Abe?
No, the star.
Shane Aaron has the first one.
Really?
Yeah.
Because there's a Chinese guy, that Dennis Liu something. He's the one that produced the movie, or he's the one I read for. But I was really
James Liu. Directed it.
I was real excited to be in one. I didn't know. It was more of a comedy type genre. But when we spoke, I enjoyed. There's a market for it. A couple of weeks ago, I was home. It was Friday night. Shark Tank was on. My wife and I were talking. And about 9:30, she pulled the "I'm fucking tired" card. And usually I go all the way up to 3:29 on Friday nights. That's VH1 Classics. They usually have Sorry Man's the Same or The Who from Wembley. They have something always. And this particular night, my finger kept scrolling. And somewhere, boom, I saw Five Fingers of Death. That was the originally. I saw that in the drive-in theater. I saw that at the Clifton 3, which is non-existent. And that's where the kid studies and his hand gets red. And when he gets pissed off, he would hit you with the hand and you'd fucking die and shit. But it was mind-boggling. Every kid wanted to have the iron palm technique. We all went into Chinatown and bought the bean bags with the chin-chin juice. And you'd hit the fucking thing a certain way and you'd hope that it would get red. But I watched it. I taped it. And it was on El Rey. What's his name's channel? The fucking dude who did Sin City. What's his Alex Rodriguez, whatever his fucking name is.
I don't know.
Right. What's going on with you tonight? You're supposed to be on point.
You gave me a freaking 3/4 of a Chiba Chew.
What 3/4? I gave you half of a Chiba Chew. Rodriguez.
Oh,
yeah.
Robert Rodriguez.
Robert Rodriguez has a station, a network called El Rey. And this one night he had Five Fingers of Death. So I started scrolling. How interesting. And then he comes in between and he answers questions. And I taped it. And then the next week, The Mechanic was on with Charles Bronson. I taped that.
Oh, the original one.
Yeah, the original one. And then I kept watching to see what was upcoming. And he had a bunch of classic Kung Fu. And I'm like, this is coming back. And boom, 3 days later, Dave contacts me. And I'm reading about this and I go, holy shit, this is coming back. It's official.
Yeah.
And there's a market for it and kids are going to, it's like everything else. It goes and it comes in this country. Right. Whatever's hot, all you got to do is go on there, do the whatever the fuck it is, 99 cents, get you 2 free, and just look at the genre. I was on the webpage, and I was pretty much blown away. You've got a lot of stuff on there. So
you're adding, like you said, 30 titles a month?
Yeah, so I actually brought you guys a list, but, if you look, this is what we have live now, and this is coming up in January. And we've got another 200 titles going on in January.
Now, why not porn? It's as easy just to start these for people to whack off.
Well,
that's what I love about
you. There's plenty of porn available, but there's only a limited access to the martial arts stuff, and you can't get the nice quality stuff. One of the things that we're doing is we're going back and remastering these films.
We're going in like fucking Marines. You understand me?
Welcome to church, motherfucker.